Even in the early days, a visit from Barney was a special, and often heavily promoted, event. From newspaper ads promising an appearance of the Barney birthday party costume at a video store, a grocery store, or a kindergarten class, to more involved read-alongs and stage shows with the screen-used costume, when Barney came to town, everyone knew about it. But during the peak of Barney's biggest year, amidst a slew of shows that had to be canceled due to sheer crowds, an entire stage show featuring Barney, Baby Bop, and the newly introduced BJ was held at the Morton H. Meyerson Symphony Center on November 6, 1993. The event, which pulled a, by Barney standards anyway, small crowd of 5,000 across 3 shows, was quietly announced in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram just a day before its performance. The reason? The sing-along was first announced 3 weeks prior to those on the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children's mailing list, the prime beneficiary of the event. Barney had supported children's hospitals in the past and would continue to do so in the future, but to put a whole benefit show together smack in the middle of fervent Barneymania was really something special. To keep the crowd down, after former and current patients, staff families, and others associated with the hospital could buy the $15 tickets, invitations were extended to members of the Barney fan club, and then, as stated before, to the general public. For a great start to the fun, before each of the shows at 9 and 11:30 a.m., and before the 2 p.m. show, an hour of creative, Barney-approved, supervised activities was held outside of the hall. Amusingly, parents are advised to take some of the messier crafts into account dress code-wise, so I can imagine there was probably a lot of hand-painting involved. Following the activities, the crowds were herded inside so the show could begin. The Symphony Center was not heavily modified for the show. A classic Barney name logo appears at the back of the stage along with accompanying balloons, and Barney can be seen, pretty impressively mind you, skittering across the orchestra risers as he goes through the set list. Most of the songs came from the newly released Barney's Favorites Volume 1, but there were others from yet unreleased albums. Baby Bop's introduction is marked with My Yellow Blankie, and with a lot of dialogue from alternate Baby Bop voice actress Carol Farabee, who often served as Julie Johnson's understudy. BJ, who is still a relatively new player in the Barney and Friends cast, is introduced via his titular song, which at that point had only been heard in his Shea Stadium debut, so it was a pretty special event in of itself. Each half-hour performance ended with an especially warm performance of I Love You to the delight of the crowd, making for a successful show that put the cause at the forefront while still bringing some Barney magic to life. Besides its obvious highlight of fundraising for a good cause, this show was a benchmark for future Barney live performances, especially when it came to featuring all 3 dinos. It's actually one of the better documented early events, as you've probably already noticed. Both photography and filmography were directly encouraged, so it's great that we've got multiple angles of this show documented. From all angles, it's pretty safe to say that Barney's Kids Playfest performance was certainly one for the books. And as always, if you're looking to learn more, don't hesitate to check out my friends at Barney Wiki and Barney History Fans. Thanks for watching.